been a long time in the making, but we finally got a PS5, and without further ado, here's our unboxing and first impressions of the PS5. We know you've likely seen a ton of these already, so we'll be moving through the unboxing quickly so we can get to the first impressions. On the front, we just have an image of the PS5 with the Sony logo. On the back, we have a picture of it laying horizontally, another picture of it standing on the side, and the PS5 logo on the other side. That's all we got, so let's go ahead and get in there. Most of us have already watched an unboxing of this, so we know inside the box is another box, so let's go ahead and pull that out. Box is cool, PlayStation logo on the front, and it's rather minimalist. Probably the plainest and simplest design you'll find in the whole unboxing experience. I'm going to grab a PS4 Pro so we can compare. Just a personal note, when the PS4 Pro console came out, I thought it was a very large console. I'll be very interested to see how it compares to the PS5. Okay, so there we go. This is the console itself, and this is presumably some accessories. Let's put the PS5 aside for a second, and let's see what's inside this box. Inside here, we have a pamphlet and instruction manuals. A DualSense controller. This is what it looks like up close. Let's see how it feels. This is the back, and this is the bottom, and it feels pretty good. Here is a quick comparison to the DualShock 4. They feel quite similar, though the DualSense is a bit more comfortable. Inside the box, you'll also get a power cable, HDMI 2.1, and a stand. It rotates and has a screw there once you rotate the base. Finally, there's a USB-A to C power cable, and that is it for the accessories box. Finally, we can focus on the console. It is a big boy. Let's give it a look all around. Here's what it looks like standing next to a PS4 Pro. And here's what it looks like horizontal. The PS4 Pro is box-shaped and is slightly longer than the depth of the PS5, but the PS5 is much wider, depending on whether it's horizontal or standing up. If it's standing up, it's much taller. On the back of the console, we have two USB 3.1 ports, one Ethernet/LAN port, an HDMI, and a power socket, and that's it. On the front, we have a USB-C 3.1 port and a USB-A 3.0 port. The difference between the 3.1 and 3.0 is how fast the data can transfer. So the USB-A is only 5 gigabits per second, whilst the USB-C on the front and the two USB 3.1 ports on the back can transfer at speeds of 10 gigabit per second. Finally, much has been said about how easy it is to remove the side panel, whether to clean the console or gain access to its currently inactive extended storage, which supports standard NVMe SSDs. You can easily take it off to see the fan and the dust collectors. Putting it back on is very easy as well. The same thing can be done on the other side, and here you can see the expansion bay for the PS5. We slide it back on and we are done with the unboxing. Now, moving on to first impressions. So one of the major challenges we had to solve immediately was where we would put the console. This is our console unit with our current console setup. We have the PS4 Pro inside this little shelf unit on top of the console, and then we have the Switch, the PS Vita, and any other thing on the right hand side, right on top of the console. First, we tried putting the PS5 on the floor next to the console unit, but we were afraid that dust might be an issue. So next, we put it in its standing form to the right of the PS4 Pro, and it still just looked kind of awkward. Nothing else on our console is that tall, so it stood out like a sore thumb. We flipped this horizontally, but it still didn't really fit in with anything else that was on the console. So we made the hard decision to move the PS4 Pro out of his little cubby hole, put the PS5 inside there, and move the PS4 on top of the console unit. That kind of works for our unit. For our first impressions, I thought it would be interesting to get 2 points of view. Mine, someone moving from a PS4 Pro to a PS5, and someone who moved from a Xbox One X to a Series X and is now experiencing the PS5 for the first time. So first, let me introduce Dracolad, who will be going through his first impressions of the PS5 from an Xbox Series X owner's perspective.
Honestly, the UI is actually beautiful, I won't lie to you. It's impressive. It's really impressive. I mean, it's compared to the Xbox, I'll give it, yeah, it's Xbox here, PS5 here. It's fair enough. The UI is actually really, the transition, the movement, it's quite smooth. I give it to Sony. I give it to them. Again, let me use the Xbox. The Xbox, they didn't actually change anything. They just took the same UI they had from the previous gen, just brought it back to the new gen. But this is slightly different, slightly, and it's better. So I give it to them. Top notch. Okay, where's your setting? How do you reach your setting?
You go up.
Okay, all the way to the top. All right, for the Xbox, all you have to do is just press the home button and it pops up at the right hand side. So you can just easily just move to it. And this, I think, okay, it also shows over there. So I don't think there's any major difference. All you have to do is, wait, do you have to go all the way to the right? Up? Yeah. Right, and that's fair enough. That's fair enough. How many buttons? Just 1, 2, 3. Yeah, almost the same. Almost the same with the Xbox. So equal, 50-50. So what else? Moving on to your other apps. I mean, I feel this UI is almost the same. Not the same, but transitioning and moving to different places is not a big deal. It's not a big deal at all. Yes, I think I prefer this. The Xbox doesn't actually have its own media tab. You have to practically scroll all the way down, then you see your own media. But this, everything is already shows you where your different streaming appliances, different streaming apps, your Netflix, YouTube, or whatnot. Then you have your own tab for video games, which makes it easier to differentiate where your things are. Xbox, you have to manually divide it. I mean, create your own group if you want to have your own media things. So yeah. Give this a win. Give this a win. Yeah, it makes it's easier. It's definitely easier. Yeah, sure. Let's start with Spider-Man. Okay. Okay. That's it. So again, all right. Nah, that's impressive. Oh, that's impressive. So, practically no load screens. That's. I mean, they give you a range of choices, and me personally, I would definitely go with the 60 frame per second without ray tracing. I want my game running as crisp as possible. Because either ways, it looks clean. You don't really need the ray tracing per se.
Yeah, it looks great already.
Yeah, it looks really, really, really good. Whew. So let's talk about. You guys definitely don't have your quick resume, right?
No, we don't have a quick resume, but we can go down, press X there.
Right here?
Switcher,
okay.
And you can switch to another game, for example, Destiny 2, Wipe Out the Collection, anything that's more recent.
Yeah, but you have to start the game afresh.
It starts the game afresh, right? You load it very fast.
But still loads fast. Yeah, I give Xbox definitely has the upper hand here. Why? The quick resume is, I mean, let's say for example, you're playing a single player game, then your friend sends you an invite, yo, come join up. You accept the invite, automatically switches you to another game. You switch back to after you're done playing with your friends, you switch back to the previous game, and I mean, you don't have to go all the way of playing all the way from the beginning and whatnot. You're already back to where you started from. So definitely quick resume wins over this. Definitely. Definitely. And so I feel in the future PS5 would probably look towards doing a quick resume thing, because I mean I think Xbox, or rather Microsoft, already asked fans what they think about the PS5 controller. So I'm thinking maybe they want to implement the, what you call it? Is it Rumble?
Not H is
what do you call this? Haptic feedback, yes.
And the triggers as well. They have a special name for the triggers.
Yeah, so I have a feeling maybe early 3, yeah. They'll probably want to implement. Oh boy. Let's see how quickly your response is. All right, yes, that's fast. That's fast. Because I also just got this game on the Xbox. Yeah, just got it yesterday. Well, with this, can you create your own group of games that you want?
I don't think you can do that yet. You can do that on every PlayStation console does it,
okay.
But it never comes at launch. They always launch the bare bones.
That's weird.
First, just because they want to get out the door and they want to ship. And they start putting on all the features. So on PS4 it came in a little bit later, like maybe a few months after launch.
Okay.
Where you could put everything into folders and name them.
Yeah.
I expect they'll do the same thing again.
Hopefully. Because I mean the Xbox, at launch you can divide and separate your games on how you want to play them.
It's the exact
same UI.
Yeah. So benefits for that strategy.
Okay. Anyway, this feels different. This definitely feels different. Okay. Oh, you can actually feel you can actually hear the fan. You can actually feel the fan. Oh no, that's dope. You feel the splash.
What cost is nice, different materials.
Wow. Yeah, it's once you walk on this, it's different from when you're walking on the sand. Now this is definitely impressive. This controller is definitely better than the Xbox controller. I shouldn't be heard outside. I shouldn't be. I shouldn't be, but man, I don't like it. This is good. This is good stuff. This is definitely, because honestly, all these console wars things, it's kind of be so stressful at times. Just enjoy your thing, man. This is so cool. You can literally feel the wind. I don't lie, I'm really impressed. I'm really impressed. Do I zip up myself? Cool. Oh my god. Yeah, I can feel the push from the springs. This is impressive. As you pull the trigger, you feel the force, and you're like, man, this is good stuff. That was fun. That was fun. So the purpose of this game is just to give you the feel of the controller, yeah? Sony, I tip my hat. You guys did a good job. On game performance, yeah? Honestly, I feel they're the same at the moment. Yeah. Although on paper the Xbox is much more powerful, but I don't think we have seen the true power of the Xbox yet. Because of, I don't think any game at the moment there's no exclusive game that's been tailored just to work on the Series X. Yeah. True, the medium. Basically, you're basically running two different games at the same time. That's it. But Sony hasn't done anything like that yet, so that's why I can't compare at the moment. But at the moment, I feel both consoles match at the same thing. Are you serious?
Yeah, there's more.
Nah, pal. No. That was dope. Yeah, this is dope.
And that's it for our first impressions video from an Xbox Series X user's perspective. This video has gone quite long, so we'll be creating a separate video for the first impressions of a PS4 Pro user moving to PS5, as well as a handy guide for moving to PS5 from a PS4 if you've recently picked up your console. If you liked this video, please make sure to hit the like button and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.